news tonight, FCTA rewards frontline workers who demonstrated uncommon passion amidst COVID-19 pandemic. FCT Ministerial Task Force on City Sanitation reiterates resolve to clear all buildings that contravene the original plan of the city centre. Plus, FCT Police Command debunks purported shooting of Omoyele Sowore by an Assistant Commissioner of Police. Hello and welcome to the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitobo. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has rewarded frontline workers and other critical stakeholders who have demonstrated uncommon passion and exemplary conducts in the course of service to humanity during the peak of COVID-19 pandemic. To this end, the administration has pledged to organize an annual Staff Recognition Award as part of efforts to boost staff morale and promote productivity in service. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports. The ceremony underscores a clear intent to continue to pilot the reform initiatives of government, such as institutionalizing the award for outstanding performance. FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliu, who commended the award winners for their enormous roles played during the lockdown, reminded staff that the ceremony was to improve staff loyalty and motivation to duty.
To recognize those who have been very diligent in their service, who have been committed to duty, who are actually patriotic in their works, and who also know how to do it.
We have continued to reform, and we continue to reform at every level of operation. Therefore, the little effort they are putting, we should be able to say we note it and we appreciate it.
Also went as far as recognizing those who took in their time, not in their official capacity, but ensure that the sanctity of the master plan is upheld.
As a motivating factor for staff to ensure excellent service delivery.
If you have been recognized and you have given an award, it's a call to more hard work.
Appreciating FCT administration for the recognition, award recipients say it will spur them to work harder.
I will encourage staff to go beyond what is expected of them so that they can be exceptional in their field.
Category of awards during the ceremony include award for special recognition for auxiliary staff, medal for exceptional public service for former and current staff, medal of distinction for outstanding performance, among others. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NT News. Meanwhile, the FCT Ministerial Task Force on City Sanitation has reiterated its resolve to clear all infractions that contravene the aesthetics and original plan of the Federal Capital City. Chairman of the task force, Iharo Atta, stated these when he led a clean-up exercise team along the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Expressway and the Bill Clinton Drive on the Airport Road Corridor. Abdullahi Ajia reports.
In the latest city clean-up exercise by the FCT Ministerial Task Force on City Sanitation, shanties and illegal structures along the Airport Road, Abuja, were not spared by the bulldozer. The outing the chairman of the task force, Iharo Atta, says was scheduled at the expiration of the quit notice issued to the affected communities covering a period of 2 months. After observing what it calls serious infractions and contraventions at the inbound and outbound of the city through the Umaru Musa Yar'Adua Expressway and the Bill Clinton Drive.
Months ago, the FCT Minister Malam Mohammed Musa Bello brought key stakeholders in the FCT admin as well as our partners in security agencies led by the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Balachiroma, to the airport route, and he showed us several contraventions here. We have been giving them warning. We have been speaking with them, liaising with the chief, the Hakimi, and others within these 2 months. Many thanks to the CP, who has also been engaging with the security agencies, because this particular road is very key. It's the gateway road into the city. That's the airport road here. It's the most critical road in Abuja. So when we see this contravention, we cannot keep our eyes closed.
Hades Colony, opposite the Nigerian Air Force Base, military and police structures at Sauka, businesses as well as estate buildings were also leveled down by the operation, with the affected people counting their losses in tears. This development, the Ministerial Task Force on City Sanitation maintains, will not deter the team from executing its mandate. Mr. Atta also commended the support of the Joint Task Force in the success of the sanitation exercise as it looks forward to other areas. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
The FCT Police Command has debunked the viral message in some sections of the social media purporting that a female Assistant Commissioner of Police shot at Omoleye Showore at the Unity Fountain. The command's Public Relations Officer, Assistant Superintendent of Police, Mariam Yusuf, spoke to NTA News. Ilyas Onotu Yakubu tells us more.
ASP Mariam Yusuf explained that contrary to speculations, the police operatives professionally restored calm at the Unity Fountain following attempts by a group of protesters to incite public disturbance.
I want to state that there is no record of any gunshot as at the time which I did the press release. And on this note, I would like to urge residents to remain calm, law-abiding, and cooperate with the Nigerian police and other security agencies in ensuring that the Federal Capital Territory is safe.
She explained that the protesters who went on rampage were resisted by the police in order to prevent them from causing any breakdown of law and order, stressing that there was no record of such incidents. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
And now to health matters. The FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board has commenced the second dose of the COVID-19 vaccination to its officials and all intending pilgrims to complete the dosage of the vaccine. Director of the board, Mohammed Nasir Malam, says this is part of arrangements preparatory to the holy pilgrimage in Saudi Arabia. Abdullah Ajia reports.
We are hoping that there will be Hajj this year, inshallah.
Keeping hope alive of performing this year's Hajj, which is dependent on developing an improved COVID-19 situation in Saudi Arabia and the globe, the FCT Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board says it is working according to plan, with emphasis placed on the COVID-19 vaccination for now. And measuring up to speed, the board has commenced the second dose to complete the inoculation exercise in line with medical prescription, which will be done in batches for the 6 area cancers.
We are beginning the second jab, which will now confer the immunity, complete the immunity to the intended pilgrims and the officials of Federal Capital Territory. We are going to be doing this exercise up till 9th of June, inshallah. We have dedicated a week for the completion of the inoculation proper, and then we have allotted 2 days for mop-up in case of missed cases.
Apart from the vaccination, which forms an aspect of the preparations for the holy pilgrimage, the board reiterated its commitment towards the welfare of all its pilgrims before and during the exercise.
The directives we have from National Hajj Commission is that we should not rest on our oars. We should continue to do our planning as we've been doing. Okay, and we are doing planning. We are continuing all the scheduled planning.
The board maintains that its templates of a successful Hajj over the years is still the driving force of its activities, which include working hand in gloves with relevant stakeholders like the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria and tour operators. Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 30th May 2021, indicates 0 new case of COVID-19 in the FCT, with the total number of confirmed cases at 19,874, while active cases stand at 599, and the number of discharged cases in the territory put at 19,109. Sadly, 166 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Meanwhile, do you know to bear tobacco craving for 6 to 8 weeks reduces appetite of smokers and draws them closer to quitting? However, this is in line with this year's theme, which says commit to quit. Aisha Obali in this special report highlights the dangers of smoking as Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate World Tobacco Day 2021.
Michael started smoking at the age of 7, and at 20 years he decided to quit smoking after seeing his father and elder brother die of tobacco-related disease. Michael in the last 17 years have remained an activist agitating for a free tobacco Nigeria.
After I eventually gave up the habit, I decided that I can actually do something to help someone out there.
Every May 31st, countries commemorate World No Tobacco Day as a way of reminding people of the dangers of smoking tobacco. Consultant pulmonologist at the National Hospital, Dr. Kingsley Osaga says, aside affecting the aesthetic looks of one, such as coloration of some parts of the body like dented teeth, tobacco smoking can predispose one to terminal illnesses such as cancer, increased lung and chest infection, type 2 diabetes, as well as cardiac arrest, among others.
The nicotine affects the blood vessels. So if somebody has even ulcer, for example, the rate of healing is even slower for smokers than non-smokers.
The likes of Michael advocate the need for support and partnership with non-governmental organizations in view of the 2015 law on tobacco, which he says has not really been enforced and implemented.
Some of us are coming in so that the people that are in charge in authority should be made to understand that their laxity is costing lives and is having a negative impact on Nigerians and humanity.
Meanwhile, Michael has called a National Assembly to reconsider the move and debate to legalize marijuana in Nigeria. The message resonating on this day is still, smokers are liable to die young. In Abuja, Aisha Obali, NTA News.
Similarly, harmful effect of tobacco smoking has both financial and health implications for users. This was highlighted by speakers at a sensitization program on tobacco among school students, organized by Federal Capital Territory Administration, Public Health Department. Again, Aisha Oba Ali tells us more.
Let us say no to tobacco. Let us say no to tobacco. Let us say no to tobacco.
For the organizers of these events, it is believed that the messages about the dangers of tobacco smoking among students of Asokoro Community Secondary School can be registered through this song. The World Tobacco Day is commemorated to create awareness, and taking the campaign to this school, Speaker C is Jermaine.
So that's why we are in schools to sensitize them. We are not just doing this school, we are going to other schools too to sensitize them.
Tobacco, which according to Michael Nziga has harmful effects, and government must establish a support system to assist smokers who desire to quit, which is in line with the theme for this year's celebration.
That government should make more effort to ensure that we get to schools, because most of them pick up the habit at this level.
Tobacco is not good for the body, it can cause a lot of damage.
Smoking is not good at all for anybody, for young, old, male, female, anybody.
At the end, the call for government to begin comprehensive enforcement of the National Tobacco Control Act 2015 and National Tobacco Control Regulation 2019, Speaker C, is imperative. In Abuja, Aisha Obali, NTA News.
Still talking health, at the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the World Health Organization had warned that smokers are liable to die young and at a higher risk of developing severe diseases. To advance that awareness, a group, the Organization of African Instituted Churches Youth Wing, FCT chapter, has held its third World No Tobacco Day annual health conference to raise a tobacco-free generation of youths in Abuja. Aisha Bashir has more.
Research by the World Health Organization reveals that at least 8 million people die from smoking-induced illnesses every year. Sensitization by many organizations has presented opportunity for people to make the decision to quit smoking to reduce the number of fatalities recorded annually. This is one of such campaigns to change the narrative among youths.
This is our third annual seminar. What we'll do is to look at issues, around the world, then see how we can talk to ourselves, inform ourselves, educate ourselves. And for this year, we felt tobacco is one of those areas we should venture into.
Among the young people. This is to ensure that the Nigerian youth is productive, is healthy, and contributes productively to the development of the country.
Speakers in different presentations gave illustrations on how illicit drug abuse affects well-being and productivity.
So we start with sensitization, and then probably at the end of today, we will link people up to our service delivery points.
There's a lot of children that have approached us to want to join the drug-free club based on the fact that they are interested in this drug addiction problem.
The Organization of African Instituted Churches Youth Wing FCT chapter is a Christian group seeking to effect change in society through impactful messages. Aisha Bashir, NTA News.
Calm down. Eat a farm say sabi. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
We now join Cynthia Ogun for Sports Brief.
Aqua United regained top spot in the Nigeria Professional Football League following a hard-fought 2-1 win against Kwara United in Uyo on Sunday, while Njos Kano Pillars dropped to second position on the table after a goalless draw against Plateau United. In Aba, Eyimba and Heartland battled to a barren draw in a thrilling contest, and Nasarawa United secured 3 points at the expense of bottom-placed Adamawa United. Meanwhile, Nigeria Professional Football League outfit Sunshine Stars have appointed Kayode Emmanuel as their interim manager until the end of the season. In other news, 16 players and 4 coaches have resumed camping in Kaduna ahead of June's Olympic beach volleyball qualifiers in Morocco. Meanwhile, Egyptian Zamalek defeated Monastir 76-63 to win the inaugural Basketball Africa League BAL Championship, which took place at the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. Elsewhere, 4-time Grand Slam singles champion Naomi Osaka has been fined $15,000 for refusing to speak to the media. She now faces disqualification from the French Open if she continues a media boycott. With Sports Brief, Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
On a sad note, the body of former presidential advisor to former President Goodluck Jonathan, Ahmed Gulag, who was assassinated last Saturday in Imo State, has been laid to rest at the Gudu Cemetery in the Federal Capital Territory. This followed the observation of the funeral prayer for his final interment at the National Mosque, Abuja, after the remains of the late politician arrived the premises. Family members and associates who paid their last respect to the late APC stalwart described his demise as a rude shock to the nation. They prayed Allah for the repose of his soul and the family the strength to bear his loss. And with that, we end the news in English. Do stand by for the translations. Good night.
Kama gbaje we shaje go wana abiku jagbada wana bashi abada wo mu president ba yuba wa gwana ba gigaye gwamnati yakin sun na tatishe ba ku san barka ce a nayi lafiya tatishe in ba ga ba tuko ba shi tutu manai ba suku in yasan koyi korona yakoyi ye minista Azazai Ramatu Tijani Aliyu wana badai lonu ga gwamnatin kwasa zami washin ba manai ifan zumba wa godo wanda inga nyaka hange na da shan Olusade Adesola we godo nga gwamnatin kwati zabokun wa bashin tutun manai azaba bwa nyaga gaye baku minista ci san barka ba ga be koyi na shin bai ku ba gaba kala bashin tutun manai ya bilo akisi na minista agbadagun subado abashin atatishin bayan baku badai mi kan ga bata ba faza zahin wata fi gwamnati bagbatu akisi na yan Abdullahi Ajiya wada ingashin kwage da abashin ya ikaro ata wani ba dalonu sanuwa bai gmishe ba wai ba anya kunya in Umaru Musa yar addu'a zakoluko nagmai na da bilkilti zakoluko nagmai ko lana ngai ga airport zakwai afuwa ba shi lo tiga ba shi gwamnati bagbatu nya kuma na da na gopuwai wala ba baya akizina busi bida tatishin baba da inga bada da an ko zuba in kwala in sai ko zaza na asaba da ko ganyan inga ya busi bida ya commissioner yi koza la kpulushe inga omole shawore ina ya shiba in kizina inga bada ko in kula kun akata busi bida bada ko ganyan Maryam Yusufu wani bai da ilonu sanu wa bai da bada da NTA anabar tutun go ga Iliyasu onuta Yakubu wa godu wa ganyan inga she a fi bada ko ata bada ko walalan tige busi bida ban titin ta baye ga zazo ko yi bubakara magbaje ibaja da wasa ko shi kwasi sai su
Masu kallo da sauraron assalamu alaikum a takaice ga fasarar wasu daga cikin labaran yau mai karantawa a Yusuf Yakubu. Domin ƙara musu ƙwarin gwiwa tare da godiya akan ƙoƙarin da suke yi, hukumar birnin tarayya ta yi wa wasu ma'aikatanta da masu ruwa da tsaki waɗanda suka jajirce tare da zama abin koyi wajen yin ayyukan alkhairi ga al'umma a yayin da ake kan ganiyar yaƙi da cutar corona. Wakiliyar mai fayin Ezimba ta kawo mana rahoto cewa hukumar ta yi alkawarin cewa za ta ci gaba da karrama ma'aikatanta da kyaututtuka a kowace shekara domin ƙara musu karsashin ci gaba da ayyukan alkhairi da kuma ci gaban aiki. Tawagar jami'an tsaro ta kwamitin ministan Abuja ta sha alwashin share duk gine-ginen da suka sabawa asalin tasawirar da aka zana birnin Abuja, wadda ta ce na ɓata tsarin birnin mai kyau da aka tsara shi tun fil azal. Wakilinmu Abdullahi Ajiya haɗo mana rahoto cewa shugaban tawagar Ikaro Atta shi ne ya sanar da haka ga manema labarai a yayin da ya jagoranci tawagar zuwa babban titin Umaru Musa 'yar Addu'a da na Bill Clinton da ke titin filin jirgin saman Abuja inda suka yi aiki. Rundunar 'yan sandan Abuja ta nisanta kanta daga zargin da ake yi mata a wani faifan bidiyo da ke yawo a shafukan sada zumuntar zamani cewa wata 'yar sanda mai mukamin mataimakiyar kwamishinar 'yan sanda ta harbi Omolaye Shawore a dandalin Fountain wato Unity Fountain da ke nan birnin Abuja. Wakilin Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu ya rawaito mana cewa mai magana da yawun rundunar Maryam Yusuf ta shaidawa wannan tasha cewa labarin da ake yadawa ba gaskiya bane. Jami'an 'yan sanda sun je wajen ne domin su kwantar da tarzoma a daidai lokacin da masu zanga-zangar ke kokarin wuce gona da iri. To Allah ya kyauta, ƙarshen labaran namu ne kenan, sai da safen ku.
onye ga-ewetara gị abụ Chisom Soniwo-Okafọ. Ka anyị gaa n'iru, ọchịchị obodo Abia FCT enye na ndị nọ n'ihu ọrụ na ndị gbapụtara ihe bụ ndị gosipụtara ntinye uchu n'ọrụ n'oge ọrụ nke nlekọta ndị bụ nje ọrịa korona batara n'obodo a. Onye ọrụ anyị Ifeanyi Ezumba na-akọ akwụ na onye ode akwụkwọ nke ọchịchị obodo Olusegun Odesola kọwara na ememme inye ihe nrite a bụ iji kwalite ịrụ ọrụ ebe nke a ga na-aga n'ihu n'oge niile, ebe ndị natara ihe nrite a kelere ọchịchị obodo a bụ FCT maka ịhụta ọrụ ha n'ụzọ dị mma. Ndị otu ọrụ ntinye n'iwu maka idobe obodo a bụ FCT ọcha ekwupụtara ebumnuche igbochapụ ihe niile arụrụ n'ụzọ iwu na-akwadoghị bụ ndị a na-arụghị n'ụzọ dị mma. Abdullahi Ajiya batara anya akọ na onye isi oche ndị otu Iharata mere ka mata nka n'oge o duru ndị otu eme usoro njem mkpocha n'ogologo okporo ụzọ Umaru Musa Yar'Adua nakwa Bill Clinton nọkwa n'okporo ụzọ ụgbọelu ala anyị, ebe o kwupụtara obuto ya nye ndị ọrụ nche maka nkwado ha na nke a. Ụlọ ọrụ ndị uwe ojii ngalaba nke obodo Abia FCT akọwala ya dịka ozi ụgha bụ nke a na-ahụta n'usoro mgbasa ozi ọhụrụ na otu nwaanyị osote onye isi ndị uwe ojii n'obodo a gbara nwa amadi akpọrọ Omolaye Sowore egbe n'ogige njikọ nke ala anyị akpọrọ n'okwu bekee Unity Fountain. Onye okwute okwu nke ụlọ ọrụ ngalaba nke obodo a Maryam Yusuf kwuru na n'oge ya na onye ọrụ Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu na-akparịta ụka, ebe ọ kọwara na ihe ndị ọrụ ya mere bụ igbochi ọgbaghara n'oge ndị mmadụ gbakọrọ n'oge a maka ime njegharị iwe. Bụ otu akọ anyị nọ na nke abalị ya dịkwara gị na mma. Ndewo.
Kú dédé wòye o, ìròyìn iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì tìlú Àbújá ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀yìn látẹnu Bọ́lájí Mátì. Ìjọba ìlú Àbújá ṣe àpọ́nlé àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó fojú koná pẹ̀lú àwọn mìíràn tí wọ́n ṣe gudugudu méje òun yà mẹ́fà nínú ètò ọmọlúàbí lásìkò tí gbogbo àgbáyé ń gbógun ti àjàkálẹ̀ àrùn COVID-19. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ifeanyi Ezumba ròyìn wípé aláṣẹ kejì fún ìlú Àbújá Ramatu Tijani Aliyu nínú ọ̀rọ̀ gbé òṣùbà fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ọ̀hún àti ìdí pàtàkì fún wọn láti túbọ̀ tẹpámọ́ṣẹ́. Ọ̀gá àgbà Olúṣadé Adéṣọlá bákan náà sọ ọ̀pọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìgbésẹ̀ àti gbé iṣẹ́ àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ ìjọba ìlú Àbújá dé ibi gíga. Àjọ tó ń gbé ìfọ̀bà l'Àbújá lórí ètò ìmọ́tótó tún tẹnumọ́ wípé òun yóò tẹ̀síwájú láti máa wó àwọn ilé àti àbẹ́tẹ̀ tí kò lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ àti dúró, àwọn tó tàpá sí àwọn òfin ìlànà tàbí tí wọn kò tẹ̀lé àwọn ètò ìpìlẹ̀ olú ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Abdullahi Ajiya ròyìn wípé alága àjọ ọ̀hún Iharata ló sọ èdè mímọ̀ bí ó ti ṣíwájú ètò ìmọ́tótó sí àwọn agbègbè kọ̀ọ̀kan lẹ́bàá òpópónà márosẹ̀ Umaru Musa Yar'Adua sí òpópónà márosẹ̀ Bill Clinton. Ọgbà ọlọ́pàá ìlú Àbújá sọ wípé irọ́ pátá ni ìròyìn tó ń lọ yíká àwọn orí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára wípé igbákejì ọlọ́pàá kan yìnbọn sí Ọmọyẹlé Sowore ní agbègbè odò Ìrẹ́pọ̀. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu ròyìn wípé alukoro ọgbà ọ̀hún Maryam Yusuf nínú àlàyé rẹ̀ sọ wípé àwọn ọlọ́pàá fi iṣẹ́ ọpọlọ ṣiṣẹ́ bí ẹgbẹ́ kan ṣe ń ṣe ìwọ́de ní agbègbè ọ̀hún, èyí tó fẹ́ dàbí ẹni wípé ó fẹ́ dá rúgúdù sílẹ̀. Kò sí ẹnikẹ́ni tó yìnbọn sí ẹnìkankan ní